Okay, so this is just a quick video to address a question that I know some of you may ask yourself when you're just starting out dating someone, or you're pursuing just a mate, or pursuing a spouse, and you're having the question of, how do I know if this is the right person? How do I know what I'm even supposed to be doing in this relationship? So here's what I want to say. You have to have an understanding first. You have to have an understanding of your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing. Why are you even pursuing a relationship? And why do you know that it's in God's plan for you to pursue a relationship, right? And so, just to speak to that, just to apply some practical wisdom to that. Say, for instance, someone kind of positions you and they say, okay, I have this position here and I think that you would be good for this position, whatever it is. Your gifts, your talents, your abilities are listen, you're the one. Someone approaches you with that proposition, right? And you know who you are, right? You know the gifts, the talents that you possess. You know what you're capable of, right? So trust me, it's all going to make sense. So if this person that is propositioning you and they're saying you're the one for this job position or whatever, this task, and I'm just based off of, what I see, I'm watching your behavior based off of that, I'm basically saying I think you're the one. But you. They don't know you like you, right? And then you say, nope, I'm not the one for that. I just know I'm not supposed to be doing that, right? Because you know yourself, right? People only know, kind of what you show them. And here's the thing. So let's just take that understanding, because if somebody comes to you and say, okay, I know you're supposed to be doing this, and you say, no, I'm not, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know my purpose. I know my limits. I know what God, purpose for me to do. I know my strengths, my weakness. I know all that. So I know what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Again, I just had to reiterate that. So let's just apply that to a relationship. Yeah, let's just apply that to a relationship. So you're dating and you want to be married. This is for male or female. You want to be married. You have an understanding of marriage. You know what the goal is for marriage. You understand what your purpose is for marriage. You know why God created you or made you woman or man. You know all this already. You have a good understanding of that. Let's just lay that flat. You know all this about yourself. So you're single and you're dating, and then you meet someone. Because you know who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, you can easily, just pursue that relationship saying, listen, this is what I want. This is where I know where I'm going. This is what God purpose for me. So this thing could be a quick thing. And see, some people, they want to know, why some people get married quickly and why some people take for years. And here's the point I'm trying to make. When you know what you're supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to be pursuing, it's not going to take years, because you know the capacity of who you are, and you have a greater purpose for your life. You're not wasting no time. Too much time is being wasted on people saying it's going to take years. No, it doesn't. Not if you know. Not if you know what you're supposed to be doing. And that's why I wanted to kind of start this video with, just a job, like someone offering you a job and they're saying, based off of just what I see, I think this job would be good for you. But you know what you know, and you say, listen, I'm not capable of doing that. It's a quick thing. I'm not even going to set myself up for that. I know that's not going to work. So why some relationships, last longer than others, or why some relationships, and I've known plenty of people who got married very quickly and they're still married. There's some, they're still not together, but most of these people are married. But what I do know is the ones who are still married, who got married quickly, it's because going into these relationships, and I know the world would say, listen, you need to try it out, you need to wait, you need to figure this person out. But when you know purpose, When you know what you're supposed to be doing, you ain't trying to waste years of trying to find a person out. You're just not going to do it. There's too much work to be done. There's too much God wants to go do through you, through your marriage, whatever, your relationships, whatever. There's just too much. It's a fire on the inside, and you're not sitting around waiting. And if a person can't get it right, you just check out. Listen, I can't do this. But if you don't know, and someone is you're in a relationship, and someone is saying, let's wait, let's do this or whatever. If you don't know who you are, if you're gonna be tolerating some stuff, if you're just gonna be waiting on people to get it right, because listen, people are broken. Okay, I'm not waiting on a broken person to get it right. Especially if they don't have God in their life. Especially. Hear me when I tell you, there's a lot of people waiting on broken people to get their lives together without the power of God. And I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. So, this video doesn't really have a title, but I'm trying to help someone understand when you know what you're supposed to be doing, you're not wasting your time, and you're not even going to waste nobody else's time, because you understand life is precious and time is precious. Listen, I'm not waiting with you to try to figure this thing out. This thing feels right. It's not a feeling. This thing is based on purpose and what God wants to do. That's the shift. Everybody's waiting on a feeling, right? But love is a decision, but everybody's waiting on a feeling. I want to feel this thing. You need to make me feel good. And that's all good. But love is still a decision. So if you love me, if you're in a relationship and someone's telling you they love you, and they're not making these decisions, and you're being stringed along, and everything's based on how you make me feel, and the measure of love is based on feeling. This is why we got a lot of hurt and broken people, because listen, people are broken. People need healing. People need deliverance. And you're waiting on somebody to get it right with you and make a commitment. And a lot of times they don't even know how to do that. But you're expecting them to do that. So again, how do you know if the person you're dating is the right person, or if you should be marrying them? You only really know that first if you know who you are first, and you know what you're supposed to be doing. Because you're not going to be playing games with nobody. You're just not going to go there. You're just not. Okay? So even a man, you see some of these men, and I just encounter a lot of women, and they say, this man, he's a good guy. You seem like he's a good catch. He'll make a good husband, but he's not really trying to commit. And a lot of times, here's what I do know. This has been my experience. When you see men like that, and I'm talking about men of God, men who are really, trying to do this thing God's way, because they know what they want. And the same for women. And don't be scared to say that, again, because the word say, oh, don't be rushing nothing, and don't tell the men what I'm going to tell you what I want. And if you can't handle that, guess what? I'm okay with your decision, not to want to be with me. I'm okay with that. And see, a lot of people are not okay with themselves, and not okay with the decision, of not okay with being rejected. See, this thing goes a little deeper. And that what happens is we begin to, stay in these relationships and get just sprung along for years and years. And we hear, these things, oh, I'm just waiting to get it right. And, when the time is right, we'll know. But when you feel with purpose, when you feel with identity, when you know what you're supposed to be doing, you can look at a thing and say, that ain't for me. I got too much stuff God wants to do through me. And I can't have nobody stringing me along like this. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, see, when you get two people to come together and they know what they're supposed to be doing, and they know they want to do this thing the God's way, and they know they've been waiting for a time such as this for a person to come along and say, listen, this is what I want. I've been waiting. Some of them might say I've been celibate, or I just been seeking God's face about a mate. When you get two people that connect, that's when you see that quick thing. What we wasting time for? We want one another. Let's go ahead and do this thing, okay? Hear what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, because y'all have these questions, because y'all be Y'all be messaging me these questions a lot. How do I know this person I'm dating? How do I know this is the right one? It's still your decision. It's still you. God can present someone to you, but it's still your decision to say, okay, I'm going to be with this person. I'm going to marry this person. So there you have it. Work on yourself. Work on, really filling yourself with, this purpose and identity, knowing what you're supposed to be doing, and get that settled in your heart. So when somebody comes around and they're not about that, yeah, be graceful. But if they're not about that, and they're going to be wasting your time, you could just walk away. You could just be like, I'm out. I'm out. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm trying to have the kingdom flow through me. I'm trying to push this thing forward. The kingdom of God, or the institution of marriage, forward, so God could be glorified through it. I'm not waiting on nobody to get it right. Because you said this is what you want too, and I said this is what I want. So why we gotta wait for years? Why we got, and I'm tired of hearing we're saving up for a marriage. That is just so tired. Because I'm encountering some people that have been saving up for 10, 15 years for a wedding. And in that 10, 15 years, you could have been married 10, 15 years. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all still together. But let me go, because I don't want y'all getting upset with me. So yeah, just think about that. Just think about purpose. Just sit on that for a moment, knowing what you want. Like I said, be graceful about it. Don't, I want to do this, and I want to, this leading the conversation with, I want to be married and all that. Just be graceful. Be upfront. Tell the truth. I'm waiting for God to send me someone. I'm ready to be married. Is that what you want? And if they say, yeah, that's what I want, let's continue dating, whatever, courting, and see where this goes in the next couple of months. Years? No, we ain't got years, because tomorrow ain't promised anyway. We don't have years. So if you're watching this, and like I said, man or woman, and you're in a relationship, and someone's saying, I still need to feel if this is right, we still need to save up for a wedding, or we still need to get all our finances and things in order. Let me tell you something. That's all good. That's all good. But you want to do this thing God's way. And God, and by you having God in it, he's going to take care of all that. I mean, the enemy would love to keep filling us up with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? You should do this. You shouldn't have did that, and all that. And that just keeps us stuck. But just take this information, take this understanding. This, if this applies to you, because I know it ain't going to apply to everybody, because some of y'all just think I'm crazy. But that's okay. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Just think about it. Know what you're supposed to be doing. Because this is one thing I do know. If you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you understand your purpose, and you understand your identity, you can say no to everything else. Talk to you later.